Right. Of this. So with that out of the way, we're going to the next character that I needed to do another guide. I'm not sure if I needed another guide after that. Like, is there any other character that needed a guide? I don't know if think about it. Of the original ones I had. Besides
I can just put the combo of Liz on the Fate General, no?
Yeah, you can just. Yeah, it's you.
There we go. Here's the no drive combo. Oh no, it's too powerful apparently.
Oh.
Fine. It's too powerful. Well, I can at least show the tower clear. This is how long Elizabeth's tower got again. Why does it not allow me to send them? Well, I'll just upload it to YouTube, send the link later.
Anyways, it's time for us to talk about the other guide I kind of needed to do because I was very misinformed / pretty bad at this. Scathach. This one I'm actually going to be talking a bit more since this one I know what I'm doing. So, first off, we're going to show off as much of the characters as we can. Well, you know what? We'll start with the ones you never use first. I'm not even gonna go with besides one of these. Like, we'll start with the ones that you never use. Just these three. We never use these, and we're gonna try to explain why. But Shisho here, time to teach how to play Shisho. I know what I just did. Shush. Also, I'm just gonna. Let's just. So I don't have to get annoyed because support servants are not a thing. Multiple. So. This. So. Scathach. Without. Oh, it's actually. Fight. Let's start off by showcasing some of her. First off, her basics. So, one light, two light. This is the most important set of basics you're gonna do. Not the heavy one, but these two only. Remember these two: one light, one heavy. Your light's in the air and the heavy in the air. And now the rest, that doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, you see kind of the issue that she gets after the first two basics? This one is still okay, but... especially the fourth one. It is so slow. It is so slow. Never do more than 2 basic attacks with her before doing something else. Now, let's get to the skills that we never use. First off, by far our worst skill, Gable Alternative. So, Ashima, you want to explain why this is bad?
No range and is very small radius. Has a very small radius.
Small radius, no range, and also very little damage, by the way. This does not a lot of damage. There's absolutely no reason to use this. Next up, Creed Blast. The only reason you don't use this, it's actually not as much range as you see. It's like up to here, like from where I was standing. Like if I put myself here, I'm gonna do another one. Goes up to around here. It's not as much range as you think, and you are stuck in place. You cannot move while doing this. The reason we don't use it is mainly because like the immobility is like too long, as you can see. You can kind of cancel the end of it, but even then, it's not that much. So, it's not. She just has better tools as well, so it doesn't help her case. And finally, Frost. Now, this skill isn't terrible per se. It's not even that bad in general. Just it's actually pretty decent, but. The only thing is that there's another tool she uses that's just better than this. Also, you cannot.
There's also a visual bug. There's also a visual bug on that thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can see the underworld because of it.
Oh god.
It's very, very buggy. that one. At
Yeah.
least visually.
At least
You do not want to see that. You do not want to see the bottom of the underworld.
we're looking at hell now. And yes, those are the free skills we don't use. Now let's get to the skills that usually will be by Scathach. Usually. Here. Hi. Why do I always choose that for accident? Now for the usual ones. So, these 4 skills will now or these are the 4 skills usually Scathach players use, and pretty much every time. Again, as I said, Frost might be replaced, but that's probably the only thing that will replace Flame, and that's it. Free Blast, maybe here and there, but it's very rare. But these are the 4 skills. So, we'll start off with Flame, since it's the least impactful. Put 3 pillars of fire that do good damage and stick around for a bit. Also do a lot of guard, if I'm not wrong. Correct, Ashima? Like, do a lot of guard, right?
Yep. You can combo it with the zigzag thing and you're instantly gonna break something.
Yeah, this. Also on the department of zigzag, here's the zigzag skill. Now, this skill does good damage and will lead to a kill combo with flame as well. However, it does have 2 issues. First off, as you can see, Scathach is stuck in its animation. If it wasn't obvious. But worse than that is the hitbox extension that nobody sees. So, while you're doing this shit, your hitbox is the whole thing. Starting there, all the way up to here, is your hitbox. Or hurtbox in this case, my bad. Your hurtbox. Someone can punish you for just clicking this skill and blocking 1 strike from it. It only hits once. So be careful with it. Next up, stun. So, you see why we call this literally the 2nd best stun in the game, by the way? Like, let's show again. That basically reached the whole fucking thing. I'll even put myself here just to see that way. Like, look at that, all the way up to here. For a stun, with that wide of an area, this shit is ridiculous. And it doesn't come out that slow either. It's not that slow. Like, it is really good for a goddamn stun. And finally, Horn of the Red Wind. So, this is a pretty simple dash skill, rush skill, as you can see. Like, I'll show it again. Can't move while doing it either. By the way, you cannot redirect. It is a single line. However, there are 2 sticks. This shit deals a lot of damage. But it has an issue. Because you're playing online, there will be lag. And because of lag, usually this thing is supposed to drag people with you and do damage at the end. Unfortunately, because of lag, people will not usually get dragged all the way, and so will only get hit stun and not actually damage. Meaning this skill is very hard to use properly because you actually have to properly judge your distance with other people and predict where the fuck they're going to properly do the damage. Now, let's get to our drive skill. Let's get this done. This is our drive. You are basically immune during this, by the way, and it has a pretty decent area of effect. See, only issue is you're probably not gonna kill anyone with this because it takes a long time to shoot. Like, that is actually a long time to shoot it. Like, it takes a little too long for it to be a viable kill on. And that's about it on the basics of her skills. Now, how the hell? What about combos? Well, she has a few, to say the least. And usually revolves around doing this. If you hit anyone with this, you can go into basically a full chain string into Funeral Gate, and you'll do pretty decent. Not the most amazing combo, I know, but... Or we can go with the more efficient version, which is Stun, Root of Origin, Flame, Cancel, Dash. Now, if you're wondering, can I do this with Thorns? Unfortunately, no. Thorns, even if you finish the hit, like, due to how unreliable Thorns is, you cannot use it in combo. And if you do catch someone with this, they are not in a hard knockdown state. A hard knockdown state, by the way, is literally you do a move and they cannot, like, jump out of it to recover. Unfortunately, Thorns do not give a hard knockdown state. So you cannot do this to shield cancel into this. You can try, but it is not very consistent if it actually... But I'm pretty sure it doesn't. You might still be able to catch someone. You can do something ridiculous like this. If you're wondering why I'm doing... how it's doing it that fast, it's simple. So, she actually uses some shield canceling. You can cancel a move by clicking your barrier button. So, you can cancel the rest of the animation of this with a barrier and immediately just do dash. Same thing goes for Thorns. Can cancel the last little bit and go into something else. This works for pretty much almost our whole kit. So yeah, to be good at Scathach, you have to master shield canceling everything you do. Like, literally, a lot of our skills require you to shield cancel to get proper combos out. And that's the combos. Now the question is, what the hell are you going to be doing during a match? Simple. First off, dry farming is something you'll be doing, and you're going to be trying to stick out of the point using Thorns, Zigzag, to try and farm as much drive as possible. Even Flame if required. Just do the two basics, dash around, keep killing things until you get drive. And if you have the opportunity, if you see a chance, you will try to get someone with your stun, so you can then combo them to death immediately. They have to heal this, otherwise they will die. So this is basically the game plan. One more thing, do not, and I repeat, do not play Scathach on point. Unless absolutely required, do not do that. Why? Because try to do that, you're gonna do one of these dashes, and you are automatically out of the point already. And you basically lose half your kit inside a point, because everything else gets you out of the point. So yeah, do not play around. And with that, time for me to showcase it. Did I forget anything, Ashima, by the way? Okay, yeah.
I do not play Scathach.
Okay, that's why you're still silent. Okay.
I do not play that character.
Finally, the showcase, and I will try to showcase how you're supposed to. Now that this time I actually gave every tidbit that I know about Scathach, literally every single little bit, it is time to showcase what she has. Or how you're supposed to. It's gonna be a little complicated against AI, but because again, you're supposed to not stay on the point. But we'll try. And you know, AI, your team AI is never reliable. You know the drill. Right? Right, Ashima?
Absolutely.
Never. Enemy AI, God tier. Your AI. Also, at the start of the fight, for the love of God, just get the hell out of Dodge. You can't do shit about anything about what they do at all. So what you want to be doing is something like this, and get them with this. See? Right there. After that, go back to farming. Try not to do what I did. If you have the stun, make use of it. Use the zigzag to get as much drive as you can. And just keep doing this over and over. If you can catch someone, obviously, with anything, keep an eye on. If you don't have the skills, obviously just take the damage. It's better than nothing. Back to farming, get drive, stay on drive, and start killing people. Like that. And then now you can stand on point. Feel free. Now's the time where you stand on point, start doing dashes. Hope the saber comes to you. Do this. Screw over the Iskandar. Kill him. This is why you don't use the third attack, by the way. And we're back to the farming. Also, defense tower is terrible for you because you cannot crack them at all. For reals, then. Oh, yeah. I'm not using my stun here because it's hard to tell where he's gonna go with that. I'm surprised it did not get released there. But yeah, as you can see, just play a little like finding your opportunities. Don't do what I just did. Please do not use more than her first two basic attacks and just repeat. Obviously, then it's dependent on matchup, right? Like, be careful with counter characters, be careful with good old, like, slow fields. Be careful, very careful with slow fields, because they will murder you. They will basically stop you in your tracks if you're doing a dash. So, a dash skill, like your zigzag or your corn. After that, get pride. Also, do not use dimensional. You're supposed to use ceremonial with her. I made a mistake, and I forgot to switch it. Once you're on drive, go ham. High. Also, if you have your stun, if you stun people, use your drive. Feel free. They'll probably die. So yeah, that's about. I'm pretty sure that's about all the tidbits I can actually give you. And there you go. Obviously, this is me against AI showcasing the optimal. But again, be careful with counters, be careful with slow fields, so be careful with Gilderay, basically, and Arcanines. And outside of that, just play outside the point. You're not a point character, you're not supposed. And that is basically Scathach in a nutshell. She is a little hard to use because, again, you gotta get used to the shield canceling, distances, and between you and the enemy characters. Also, be careful with using your skills because you are very vulnerable during your dashes. So it's a lot of things you have to keep track of. So she's a little bit of a harder one to use. But if you can use her well, she can actually do very well if well played. But it is a really hard, well played to get. And that is the review for Scathach. And then we'll see you. That's it. Be sure.